Hello dear students, welcome to 18th lecture of current electricity. In this lecture, we'll be discussing potentiometer, one of the very important topic of boards. So let's get started. First of all, we'll go through the definition of potentiometer. What exactly is potentiometer? It is a device which measures unknown EMF or potential difference accurately. Now we already have a device known as voltmeter, which you probably know, and you have seen this in lab in class 10 probably, okay? But we have another device which is potentiometer, which also does the same job, that is measuring the voltage, but it does the job in a more better way. Now why it does the same job in a more better way, we'll understand this and in the end of this topic, okay? So first, before going any further, let's try to understand in which principle it is based. It is based on a very simple principle, which is the potential difference is proportional to length of a conductor. Many of you people already know this principle, but I'd like to go through this principle again, and I'd like to derive this because the proof is very important and significant for boards. Now, suppose we have a battery whose voltage is V. It is connected across a L length long conductor. It has a uniform cross-sectional area A. That is, the cross-sectional area is constant, it is not changing. So how much amount of, and suppose its resistance is R. So can I say that the resistance, total resistance of the wire will be rho into L upon capital A. Alright, so the current passing will be V by R, or I can say V by R is how much? Rho L by A. Rho L by A. Or I can write it as V equal to I rho L upon A. Now, if you see one thing, current is constant. Why? Because there is only single rod. So whatever current is going inside the rod must come out of the rod. Okay. So I is constant. Rho is what? Resistivity. It is constant for a material. Area of cross section, we have considered it to be constant or uniform. Therefore, it can be said as V is equal to some constant K into L. What is K? K is this thing. This thing. So V proportional to L. Is this clear? That is, potential difference is proportional to length. Now this proof may sound a bit offbeat to you, to some of you people, like what I have done. I've just derived something, or maybe derived some sort of Ohm's law. But this is not the case. I'll explain it to you. Now consider this battery to be 50 volt, or let us consider it to be 100 volt. Consider it to 100 volt. Can I say the potential difference here? Sorry, the potential here is 100. If this part is grounded, potential here is 100 and potential here is 0 volt. What is the potential exactly at the center? It will be 50 volt, correct? Now, suppose the whole length is 100 centimeter, all right? Can I say that this length is 50 centimeter? Let me just erase this. This length is 50 centimeter, this length is 50 centimeter. What is the potential difference across this 50 centimeter? 100 minus 50, that is 50 volt. So for 50 centimeter, we have a potential difference of 50 volt. So I can simply write 50 volt proportional to 50 centimeter here. Next case. If you see this length 50 centimeter, what are we finding? What is the potential difference? 50 minus 0, again 50 volt. So for the same 50 centimeter, for a different 50 centimeter, although a different 50 centimeter, the potential difference is coming out to be same. Now let's take another point. Now suppose, let us take a point, this, right in between 10 volt, 100 volt and 50 volt. This will be how much? 75 volts. We all know we have done this in Kirchhoff law, all right? And exactly somewhere in the middle, if this is 50 volt and this is 0 volt, this will be how much? 25 volt. Now many people may have confusion, how exactly am I getting this data? Now try to understand one thing. What does battery do? It provides a potential difference across the ends of a resistor. So it is providing a potential difference of 100 volt across this resistor. So this point is 100 volt, that is a very high energy region, high voltage region. This point is 0 volt, low energy region, low voltage region. Now the energy is subsequently getting decreased from 100 to 0. So, and it is happening very linearly. Why is it happening linearly? Because the wire is linear and the area of cross section is same. Therefore, if it is 100 volt here, if it is 0 volt here, exactly in the middle, 50 volt will be there. And this is what it says. Potential difference is proportional to length. Now, if you consider these 2 points, what it is very easily understood that each part is 25 centimeter now. Consider these 2 points. What is the potential difference? 75 minus 25, 50 volt. And what is the length? See again, 50 centimeter. So you take any length, the potential difference across those 2 particular points, be it any 2 particular points, will remain same. You take length L here, L here, L here, the potential difference will remain same. This is the sole principle of potentiometer, and it is very important. It will be useful in order to understand the whole working of potentiometer. For the time being, just note this down. We'll be directly coming to the point, how does a potentiometer works. So suppose we have this main circuit. This is also called the primary circuit. The primary circuit consists of an EMF which is known, which is connected to a 100 centimeter long or maybe 1000 centimeter long, depending upon which lab in which you are working. In our lab, we have a 1000 centimeter long wire, but in some books it is given 100 centimeters. So it depends. Okay, it doesn't really matter what the total length is, because the answer will change accordingly. Okay, so we have a metallic wire which is, we have taken 100 centimeter long here, which is connected across an EMF E. This value is known. Next thing is, we need to find this value. Okay, so we connect a unknown EMF of EMF B across A, and the other end or the negative end of the EMF is connected across a galvanometer, and the other end of galvanometer is connected to a jockey, and we will slide the jockey over this whole metallic wire to find the null point, and using the value of the null point we will find the value of B here. All right, now how do we do this? See, first of all, we know if the EMF is E, the whole potential drop E is going across this length of wire. So it can be said that E is equal to K into L. All right, this is the total length L. Now suppose the jockey gives a null deflection, or the galvanometer gives a null deflection when we make the jockey touch this point. So when we make the jockey touch this point, suppose the length from this part to this part is small l. From this part to this part is small l. So can I say this part is the potential difference corresponding to this voltage V? So I can say V is equal to K into small l. If I divide, I will find V by E equal to small l by capital L. We know the value of E because it is known. The L length is also given, that is 100 centimeters. The small length L, we will find it out by experiment, and hence we can calculate the value of V. Now this is the theoretical part, or this is the part where we derive the formula from. Now I will explain you very logically how the potentiometer actually works. All right. So let's get started. Suppose the value of EMF is 10 volt. Okay, the value of EMF is 10 volt, and we need to calculate this. Okay, we need to calculate this. Now what we are going to do is, if this is 10, so potential of A will be how much? 10 volt. Suppose this is grounded, so its potential will be 0, and potential of B will be again 0 volt. All right. If this is 10 volt, this will be how much? 10 again. This will be how much? 10 again. Now suppose it is showing null deflection at 70 centimeters. It is showing null deflection at 70 centimeters. That is, this was 0 centimeter mark here, and this is 100 centimeter mark here. So it is showing null deflection at 70 centimeters. So can I say one thing? If the potential of this point is 10 volt, and the potential of this point is how much? 0 volt. So the whole potential difference is how much? 10 volts. So I can say 10 volt corresponds to a length of how much? 100 centimeters. So 1 centimeter corresponds to a length of 10 volt by 100. All right. Now how much length do we have now? How much length do we have? 70 centimeter we have. So 70 centimeter will correspond to a voltage of 70 into 10 upon 100. It is coming out to be how much? 7 volt. Now the point is simple, that the potential difference across these 2 points is how much? 7 volt. So if suppose this voltage is V, or I can say this voltage is suppose V1. this voltage V1. So I can say potential of A, or let's name it point C. So the potential of this point will be V suffix T. VA minus VC. What is the potential difference across VA minus VC? That is 7 volts. What is VA? 10. Minus VC is equal to 7 volt. Hence, VC is coming out to be 3 volt. Now that's an important data here. VC is coming out to be how much? 3 volt. Now try to understand, if this point has a potential of 3 volt and the galvanometer is showing null deflection, that means no current is passing through the galvanometer. Therefore, we can say the potential of this point will be again 3 volt. This point will be again 3 volt. So can I say this point is 10 volt, this point is 3 volt, so this potential will be how much? 7 volt, because the battery is producing a potential difference of 10 minus 3, 7 volt. Understood? So we have easily calculated the EMF of the unknown battery. Now, am I clear to you? Well, I know you can't answer this, but you can obviously comment and ask me the question. I'll go through the problem again. 10 volt is dropping across these 2 points. So I've connected a jockey here, and jockey is showing null deflection. So first we'll find out this length using experiment. So this length is coming out to be how much? 70 centimeters. Now we know if 100 centimeter gives 10 volt, so 70 centimeter will give 7 volt. So the potential difference across these 2 points is 7 volt. VA minus VC is 7 volt. So VC is coming out to be 3 volt. So the potential of this point is 3 volt. So if this is 3 volt, this has to be 3 volt. Why? Galvanometer is showing no deflection. So no current is passing through this part. And since no current is passing through this part, therefore we can say the potential difference is how much? 10 minus 3 equal to 7 volts. So we've easily calculated the potential difference of this potentiometer. So with this, I would like to tell you one more thing. There's a question which is asked in boards. Why potentiometer is better than voltmeter? Now I'll explain to you this. Suppose you have a resistor and you have a battery connected to it, and we have a voltmeter connected to it. So what voltmeter actually does, the current goes and some part of current actually goes through the voltmeter. So voltmeter is actually drawing some power from the circuit. But in this case, we know that no current is passing through the galvanometer, hence no current is passing through this whole circuit. Hence the potentiometer is not withdrawing any current. Hence it is not consuming any power and still giving us the result. So potentiometer is better than voltmeter, because voltmeter withdraws power and potentiometer does not withdraw power. Kindly note this down and draw whatever is necessary in this the sheet, and then we'll proceed on to the next thing.